Hello, other boxing fans around the world. Thanks for joining me once again here on Talkin Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. Sorry about that. Lost my... All right. We're going to start off with news on the amateur front. Sad news, unfortunately. Well, it depends how you look at it, I suppose. The International Olympic Committee has expelled the International Boxing Association from the Olympic movement. The decision, confirmed at the extraordinary IOC session, comes after the IOC's executive board recommended the IBA be stripped of recognition earlier this month with a 69-1 vote in favor of being stripped. It is the first time the IOC has expelled a sports governing body. Long-running concerns about the Boxing Federation's governance, finances, and officiating had led to this after the IOC initially suspended the body back in 2019. However, Thomas Bach, the IOC president, did say, "We highly value the sport of boxing. We have an extremely serious problem with the IBA because of their governance." The Beleaguered Boxing Federation had repeatedly been at odds with the IOC with concerns over bout manipulation and officiating. Under the leadership of Russia's Umar Kremlev, an opponent was denied the opportunity to run against him for the role of president in a recent election. Sponsorship from the Russian state-owned energy giant Gazprom attracted further condemnation, along with the IBA's decision to allow Russian and Belarusian athletes to compete under the national flags after the invasion of Ukraine. Only this week, the IOC condemned Kremlev for saying one of his predecessors, the former IOC CK Wu, should be shot, as he accused him of killing boxing with the complicity of Bach and the IOC sports director Kit McConnell. The IBA had called the IOC's board recommendation truly abhorrent and purely political and tried to have it blocked through an urgent court arbitration for sport's highest court, which rejected that appeal on Tuesday, a couple of days ago. The IOC task force will administer the boxing tournament at the Paris Games in 2024, as it did for boxing at the last Olympics in Tokyo. But the sport's long-term future in the Olympics has been in doubt for a while now. Boxing has been left off the provisional program of sports for the 2028 Olympic Games, leaving the sport at risk of losing its Olympic status once and for all. I'm sure they will sort that out, though, due to that other federation that has been organized now. I believe World Boxing Association. Anyway, no, not the World Boxing Association. Anyway, but according to the World Boxing Association, they've made it official that the WBA number one light heavyweight Joshua Buatsi, 17-0, 13 knockouts, will face the WBA number two Dan Azeez, 19-0, 13 knockouts, in a WBA final eliminator. The winner will become the mandatory challenger for the WBA world champion Dimitri Bivol. Boxer, the promoter of both fighters, will promote the bout set to take place at a venue to be named in England on August 19th. Speaking of eliminators, the heavyweight division, as you know, has been at a championship level anyway, has been dormant so far in 2023. With Usyk, the unified WBO, WBA, and IBF champion, has not boxed since beating Deontay Joshua in their rematch last August. His negotiations to fight Tyson Fury for the undisputed heavyweight championship in April collapsed, and now Usyk is due to make a defense against WBA mandatory Daniel Dubois in Poland, also in August. The WBC may have to reconsider its current ruling on selecting a mandatory challenger for Fury in time, but it will remain the policy announced last year that Deontay Wilder can fight Andy Ruiz Jr. in a final eliminator for a shot at Tyson Fury and the WBC championship. And Andre Ward had this to say with respect to Tyson Fury, given that he's been mentioned in comments with respect to non-boxers Francis Ngannou and John Jones. And Andre Fury said if Tyson Fury were to fight one of those guys, it would be bad look for him. Some feel that the 34-year-old Fury doesn't care what fans think of him, and he'll stubbornly do whatever he pleases, especially if he starts receiving flack from people. Tyson Fury's popularity has taken a big hit with his failure to negotiate fights with Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk, and apparently the fans are upset with him, believing he ducked those guys by playing hardball with negotiations. Sadly, Fury no longer seems capable of putting together fights against top boxers, according to Jake Tiernan over at BoxNews24.com. So Andre Ward says this is not the time for WBC heavyweight champ Fury to fight one of the fighters from another sport, as he feels it would not be a good move for his career. He said that I don't see Tyson fighting either one of those guys. I think Tyson will take a bag like Floyd Mayweather did. Still, I want to see what happens with him in this fighting. talking about him potentially fighting, as I said, Francis Ngannou or John Jones next. Fury seems to be having trouble getting a fight in the boxing ring, much less an MMA fighter. I don't think he should do that. You've been off, and they're clamoring for what's next. I think boxing world upset with him right now. You hear talk, but where's the fight? If you veered that way right now, I don't think it would be the right time. Get a boxing fight with Usyk or Joshua, then go fight one of those guys, said Andre Ward about Fury. Two heavyweights who will be fighting upcoming, Charles Martin and Jared Anderson, had a couple of quotes for us. Former IBF heavyweight champ Prince Charles Martin and Jared the real Big Baby Anderson have commented on their July 1st clash at Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio. Martin stepped in after original Anderson foe Jan Kozabutsky was forced to withdraw due to a delay in his obtaining a visa. Charles Martin said, "I've always said I'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. If I had to fight on less than 2 weeks' notice or give a back opportunity, so be it. I'm ready," he said. "And since I can't get the best guys from my generation to fight me, I'll fight the best guy from the new generation. My goal is to become a 2-time heavyweight champion. I have to beat Jared Anderson to accomplish my goal." Jared Anderson replied, "We weren't going to let anyone spoil the Toledo party. I have a new opponent, but it will be the same outcome." As you know, he's undefeated, and all of his victories have come by way of knockout. All right, boxing fans, thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you later on at 4 p.m. Eastern Time when I join Mike Orr on his show, Knuckle Up. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.